Hello, Reds fans. What is going on? Kiri from the Red Dawn here, and welcome back to the channel. We are back at Anfield this Sunday, and it is a massive fixture once again. Liverpool taking on Tottenham Hotspur. And look, whenever we welcome Spurs to Anfield these days, you literally cannot help but think back to that incredible 5-1 demolition job last season that officially crowned us Premier League champions in the 2024-25 season. What a historic day that was. But Reds fans, let's be completely honest, the context right now is vastly different. It has been a seriously frustrating week for us. That 1-0 defeat to Galatasaray in the Champions League, first leg over in Turkey, it was a ridiculously tough watch, and it makes two defeats in our last three games across all competitions. The pressure is entirely onto us to bounce back because right now the standards and our season is slipping right away. And that brings me to my point. If we lose on Sunday, that's our 10th league defeat of the season. We know we are sitting sixth on the Premier League table. Champions League spot is hanging by a thread. We haven't hit a double-digit league. We haven't hit double-digit league losses since the 2015-16 campaign. That is unacceptable for Liverpool Football Club. If we drop points or worse, we lose this one to a heavily, heavily depleted side that literally cannot buy a win right now, then I'm sorry, Arne Slot has to go. There are no more excuses. The Galatasaray performance was dire. The domestic form we know has been atrocious all year. And the loss to this Spurs team would be the absolute final straw. No doubt about it. And yeah, he just needs to pack his bags if we don't get the 3 points. And if you're looking for a team to play to bounce back, Tottenham at Anfield, it is the friendliest fixture we could possibly ask for right now. We have to talk about the absolute state of Spurs because it is quite literally historic, historic levels of bad. They are sitting 16th in the Premier League table as of now, equal points with West Ham and a point above Nottingham Forest in the drop zone. They are in a relegation dogfight. Who would have absolutely thought with one of the big six clubs at the moment? Igor Tudor was brought in after the sacking of Thomas Frank. They've recently lost 5-2 to Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, and Tudor became the first Tottenham manager in history to lose his first four games in charge. 6 straight defeats in all competitions. Let's actually go to their recent form because this is what I like to know. So, 2-1 loss to Newcastle at home, 4-1 loss against Arsenal in the North London derby, 2-1 loss to Fulham at the Craven Cottage, 3-1 loss to Palace back at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and as we discussed, a 5-2 loss to Atletico Madrid in the Champions League at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. I don't know if it's still called that. Uh, Lucas, if you're watching this video, can you confirm with that as well? I know he watches the La Liga more with me, and he's a good friend of the channel as well. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, the Geelong Zone. We did a show last night. If you're into AFL, if you're into the Geelong Cats, especially as well. So shout out to you, Lucas, if you are watching this video. Right. We know that their season is falling apart. They are missing so many players at the moment. Injury crisis of untold proportions. And they could be missing up to 13 players on Sunday. We know that Mickey van der Ven is suspended after getting a red card against Palace. Christian Romero and Joao Paulina had a nasty clash of heads midweek, so they're out. Basuma, Destiny Udogi, James Maddison, the list goes on. They are coming to Anfield with a heavily depleted and confidence shot squad, and their own fans already want the manager gone. And if we show up and play our game, if we play our cards right, we should be tearing them to shreds. And while I think we are good enough to beat Spurs, I'm not coming in with great confidence. let's talk about our form against the bottom place sides because it is an absolute joke. We could turn up when the lights are bright in the big games, but you look at our form against the teams at the bottom of the table, and it is a tough watch. We drop points to teams fighting relegation for fun. Whenever a team comes to Anfield, sitting near the drop zone, desperate for a point, and sets up in a low block, we suddenly look completely devoid of ideas. We struggle to break them down. We pass it sideways and we get caught on the counter and we hand out charity points. It's like seeing a team struggling and decide to do them a massive favor. It's like rob points from the rich and give it to the poor. That's how it is. And while Spurs may be 16th, if we come out complacent thinking that this is going to be a walk in the park, they will punish us. We saw that against Forest in November, and we saw that against Wolves recently. It's unacceptable, and we should not take this game lightly. Let's get into the team news and, excuse me, my starting 11. We know that Liverpool, they travelled to Turkey midweek without the services of Allison due to a muscle injury. Slot is hopeful that he will be fit for this one. Federico Chiesa is also expected to be available again following illness. But Giovanni Leone, Connor Bradley, Roturo Endo, they are all out for the season. Alexander Isak, he is still recovering from the leg injury, but the good news is he is set to recover after the international break with a potential return to action in early April. I'm not expecting him to start straight back into the side. He will need time to regain match sharpness and won't be expected at peak performance upon his return. But gee whiz, wouldn't that be a huge boost for the final stretch of the season, having Alexander Isak back into the side for a late push to another Champions League appearance? Right, let's get into what I think is going to be our starting 11 against Tottenham. In goal, I'm going to go conservative with Ali and hold him off for this one. So Georgie Mavardashvili will keep his spot. I think he deserves another start. Oh, sorry, that's Gianluigi Donnarumma. We do not want him. We want Georgie Mavardashvili. That's more like it. Back four, I'm going to go with Joe Gomez at right back, Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk to go through the middle. And on the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Andy Robertson for this one. You could put an argument in there with Milos Kerkez, but I just think Rovo was the better left back against Galatasaray last week, and we need his composure there as well. Now, into the midfield, I am making huge calls right here. Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister, they are going to be dropped for this one, and they were miles off the pace in Turkey, and we absolutely need hunger in there. I'm putting Curtis Jones in the six. We need some bite in the midfield. He loves playing against Spurs as well. And to pair up alongside with him will be Dominic Soboslai because he's much better in the deeper lines. Ahead of them, because we need creativity, Florian Wirtz will start in the 10 for this one. I don't like him out wide. He was struggling out there. We need to play him where he plays his best football, which is in the central attacking position, linking up our forwards. We didn't see that last week because he was out of position. I want to see Florian Wirtz back in the 10 for this one. Up top, I'm going to go big here as well. Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo, I'm dropping these two. I've said it before. Salah hasn't been at the races at all this season, and Cody Gakpo has been Cody Gakpo. He's been anonymous. It's no coincidence. We just cannot go on and keep starting these two on both the left and right wings. So on the right, I'm going to bring Jeremy Frimpong to inject some pace and chaos on the right-hand side, and Rio Engamoa on the left for this one, because he's someone who will actually run through brick walls for this badge and show these senior players what desire looks like. And up top, no surprises here. It's going to be Hugo Ekitike leading the line as well. And I believe that is a team with a point to prove for this one. Let's go through the players again. So at goal, we got Georgie Mamadashvili, our back four of Joe Gomez, Ibrahima Kanate, Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson. The midfield of Curtis Jones, Dominic Soboslai, and Florian Wirtz. And and leading the attack will be Jeremy Frimpong, Ria Engamara on the wings, and Hugo Ekitike through the middle. And look, despite my concerns and my frustration and looking how battered and bruised this Tottenham side is, yeah, I just can't see him coping with the Anfield atmosphere. I am fully expecting Liverpool to show some pride, put a few past them, and at least give us some momentum heading to the second leg of our Champions League knockout tie. I am going with a 3-1 win to Liverpool. But that's just my take. Get in the comments right now. Do you agree with me with my starting 11? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And what is your starting lineup for this one? What is your prediction and final score as well? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all for the match review tomorrow. Hopefully, it's a big win over Spurs, and we can get our season back on track. A nice momentum heading into the Champions League this coming week. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, be kind to one another, and as always, you'll never walk alone. Up the Reds.